So about a year ago, I did a video showing you the recording process of an instrumental that I was doing using the cell phone and GarageBand to record the instruments. And I never got around to doing the second part of that, which was exporting and mixing. So I'm going to show you that right now. The project I'm working on right now is a song called What Can I Do? It's written with a buddy of mine named Troy, and we formed a band called TnYTrY. We have a couple songs right now that are coming together pretty good, and hopefully you'll be hearing them soon. Anyway, we have all the parts recorded on the phone, and now it's time to get them out of there and bring them down to the PC so we can work with them in Protools. Once we go through and make sure that every part sounds good, everything's recorded correctly, levels are correct, we clean up all the noise in between phrases, whatever, then the next step is to export each file by itself so we can import it into Pro Tools and polish up the song even further. It's kind of a tedious process, but in the end works very well, and I honestly like it better than some of the other stuff that's available these days. I may just be old school, but that's me, and in the end I'm still happy with what it sounds like. Now we have all the tracks, all 10 of them here, and we'll select them all and beam them through space so we can use them downstairs. And there they go.
Baby, you got me all kinds of twisting your turning me inside out. What can I do? What can I do?
So once I have everything downloaded on the computer, I then create a song in Pro Tools, which I've already done so using my template that I created a while back that has some of my favorite EQ plugins and settings that I use that I have grown to like. So anyway, once I have the song open, then the next step is to import all the tracks individually into the song, and then we can work with them from there. So the way we do that is here's all the tracks we downloaded from Dropbox. We go ahead and add them in there. I then organize the tracks and rename them, put the drums and bass together, the guitar parts together, and the vocals all in one group so they're easier to work with later. Now before I go any further, I kind of go through and I try to even stuff out. As you can see, this part's a lot louder than the rest, and this is way too loud, so I just go through and even those out, just dropping them down by a few decibels, and that makes the process a lot easier because then I don't have to worry about it being distorted or peaking out on the master. Once I have finished renaming and organizing everything, the next step is to give everything space in the mix, such as, putting the bass in the center so it hits with the bass drum really good. I move the guitars to each side just to start out with. Sometimes I blend them together and it has a cool effect in the end. I put the vocals in the center and the background vocals slightly off to each side to start with, and then we go from there. Finally, with all that done, it's now time to start mixing the parts together. And we do that by just unmuting one by one and getting kind of a rough idea of the levels. And sometimes it takes an hour or two, but it's well worth it and it's fun. Everything's sounding pretty good now. Got a pretty decent mix. And what I did is I kind of learned a trick a while back was double tracking guitars and vocals, and even changing the sound of them so it sounded like two guitars at once, and it adds some cool effects to the song. As you can hear, it has a lot more depth to it, and it's really cool. Now that I've went through the song about 50 million times and tweaked all the levels, I think we're good to do a final mix down, where what we do is we just export the file down to a wave, and then I take a listen to it on multiple systems through headphones, whatever, and if there's any changes I need to do, then I'll come down and do that, and then I think we're good to go.
Rushing at me, they come by the dozens, like there's nothing I can really do. They're crawling up my spine, it's all intertwined, I'm just a helpless kind of fool. It happens all the time, I've got no peace of mind now, baby, believe the truth. Cause all of this stuff is coming at me tough every time